Guys, welcome back to the Daily Blue Weekly podcast. My name's Bluey.
And my name's Gabe.
And this is your weekly dose of all the news stories that matter, but it's mostly the ones that don't. We're back after the long weekend.
Yeah, how good was it?
It was the best. It fully made me... It happens every time you have like an extra day off with the rest of the population, but you just makes me contemplate, why the fuck am I working 5 days every week?
Bro.
And I'm sure everyone has it like, damn, we should be working 4 days. It's fucked.
Sunday never actually feels like a Sunday until you have a long weekend. Like you're like, this is what Sunday's supposed to feel like. You know what I mean? And not to mention that it was finally, it seems whenever there's a long weekend or specifically just weekends, like, oh, the weather's going to be dog shit.
Yeah.
Long weekend came, it goes, righto, we'll give you the perfect days. It's going to turn shit as soon as it ends.
Yeah.
But Saturday, Sunday, Monday was all mint.
I slipped into over the Christmas holidays where you don't know what day it is.
Yeah.
I had that. I experienced that on the fucking 3. I was like, I didn't even know if it was Saturday or the Sunday or...
That's good.
I was hammered, drunk for most of it too, which obviously factored into me not knowing which day it was. But still, it was like lunchtime on Saturday and I couldn't tell if it was like Sunday yet or... Yeah, it was fucking great. It was a very nice feeling.
Beauty was it didn't fucking matter.
It didn't matter one bit.
Nah.
The only thing that mattered was when the footy was going to be on.
Yeah,
because I was very much looking forward to that grand final, and I was like, well, I would like to know if it's Sunday because the footy's on today, and if it's not, that's fine too. But I want to watch the footy.
That's good shit.
What'd you get up to?
My long weekend, mate. Pretty cruisy. Went to the beach one day, laid down at Newey Beach, which I don't actually go to often.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you last time I set foot on Newcastle Beach. It's a great beach.
It's a good beach. Fucking kind of a thing to park at. But
yes,
I was like, oh, this is why everyone just goes to Bar Beach because there's a zillion parks.
Yeah, Newey Beach is for if you live in town and want to catch a light rail or walk or ride a bike or skateboard or something.
But didn't get in the water, just fucking laid down in the sand. Me and the mate had a yarn. Put a podcast in while I was waiting for him. I think I'll be doing a fair bit of that, just podcasting on the beach.
Yeah.
On the receiving end of the podcast.
I started listening to pods while I was running. I was like, oh, damn, this is good too.
Yeah, you can do it?
Yeah, I couldn't. Do you know what? I can't when I start to get tired. Because it's all right at the start of the run when I'm fresh and I can like listen to it, but then it just starts to annoy me when I start fatiguing.
And you realise you're not even listening.
I'm not listening to it, so then I'll switch to just some loud music.
Yeah. I had that same experience. I was like, oh, I can't do pods anymore. It has to be like upbeat fucking music, but then you realise, all right, I can go back to it just at the start.
The other thing I learned too is I need to listen to stuff I haven't listened to for a while because then your brain just switches off and I automatically go back to thinking about how tired I am. And I'm like, fuck, that sucks. But if it's like a song I haven't heard or like a pod, at least when I'm not tired, a pod that I'm like interested in, engaged in, it takes away from the fact that I'm rooted.
The whole idea is a distraction.
Yeah, but then if it's a song you've heard 20,000 times, your brain just switches off from that and goes back to you're fucked and this sucks again.
Yeah, 100%.
So you've got that's something I learned lately. It's like it's got to be new music or new enough that I haven't heard it.
Wait, how's this for something I learned? It was just from a stand-up clip. I googled it. It's true. Did you know that baseball fields are not all the same size?
I did not know that.
Isn't that fucking wild? Like in professional baseball, to hit a home run, it is just further in some fields than other ones.
That's crazy.
It makes no sense. And it's a fucking legit thing. Just because, like, I don't know if they built them for historic purposes, they're not going to, like, change it or anything like that.
I think cricket, that's the same with cricket too.
Is it?
Like some places got longer boundaries than others.
Yeah. That's fucking wild. So there's your little factoid of the
I learned that about
pod.
boxing too, is like when they're like negotiating terms for boxing, they're negotiating like ring size.
You're choosing.
The material the gloves can be made of. Like there's so many things that the managers and shit fight over before they agree on a fight. Like I thought it was just like one size. It's like a footy field. Like
you would think that there's regulations involved.
There's probably like minimum standards, but like then they can dictate like.
But then, like, if a team's like home ground in baseball, for example, is like a shorter field than the other ones, like they're just hitting home runs all the time. It's like, oh, I wonder why that might be.
But then everyone who they play against that comes there has got just as good a chance of knocking a home run as well.
True. I suppose how often you play at that field's going to play a role.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's very interesting.
Yeah, there you go. So you can use that one when you're doing fun facts at home.
There you go. There's one for a bit of pub trivia. Did you do anything fun? Anything particularly fun?
Nah, well, as fun as it got was fucking pissing up on Grand Final day. Should we wait for sport or should we talk about it?
We can talk footy in the sports section, but you can talk about what you did on Grand Final day now.
I just had a few mates over, which was nice, but like...
No, have it here?
Yeah, I was like, have the boys around here. Actually, shout out to my missus. She's like, oh, what day's the Grand Final? And I was like, Sunday. She's like, what time? Like 7:30. She's like, I was like, what? She's like, well, it's my nan's birthday, but I'm not going to ask you to come when the footy's on. I was like, oh, fucking thank you.
Great.
Like, that's fucking good girlfriending.
You just stopped a fight. Well done.
Yeah.
You just avoided an argument.
Because I wasn't going to come. And the fact that you're wise enough to know that it would be silly to ask me to, that's good girlfriending, I think.
Mate.
Yeah.
That's good. I had a mate that had his wedding day on Grand Final day a few years ago.
Oh.
And actually another fella, Jeff, who he was away with us on the weekend, he had to leave on Sunday morning to come back for a wedding.
Oh.
There was another wedding on Grand Final day.
I mean, at least it was I have to give him, it was a good day.
Yeah, but I'd much rather watch a footy.
Yeah.
Way rather watch a footy than anyone's wedding.
I agree. That's
insane.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's bad fucking planning. You would think there's got to be a few things in the lead up to your wedding day that you are marking out as there's zero chance we're putting it on that weekend. Rugby League Grand Final, one of them.
Long weekend's another, I feel like a selfish option for
so fair.
Brides and grooms, mainly brides. Come on, let's be real. It's mainly the girls making that call because it's
now everyone's on weekends taken up.
Yeah, it suits you, but like everyone else likes doing other shit too, and it's fucking. I think having your wedding on a long weekend's a selfish option in my opinion.
Yeah, is there ever really a good time to have a wedding? Like you're always gonna be fucking someone over.
Yeah, someone.
But long weekend especially.
I feel like that's I mean they're always you're taking people's time away inevitably. But like a long weekend, like Jeff, we were away and he had to leave being away to come back for this wedding.
Yep.
I suppose on the other hand, it does work like having it on the Sunday because people can have a drink and then they've got the Monday off anyway. So like maybe it's kind of thoughtful in that respect. And it wasn't a destination wedding. It was just outside of Newcastle. So that kind of works too. But I was like,
it is hilarious how selfish weddings are as a whole.
We were talking about
the whole thing's so selfish.
Bro.
It's like, oh, come celebrate me, my love, take time out of you, fucking spend money, give me a bit of money.
They're so expensive. It's one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not big on them, mate.
Little one.
Like, I like going to, I actually love going to weddings.
I do love going to them.
But fuck, man, I don't know. I can think of better ways to do it.
Yeah.
I just have a big party. I go on elope and then just have a massive party. Just be like, we can still have the day, but we're not doing all the fucking wank. There's not going to be all the gay shit on the tables, like the fucking little wooden hearts with everyone's name written on them and the fucking...
You got to have those, man. How can you have a wedding without one of those?
And the other thing I thought about, which I don't know if you could do it, but like, because I know there just seems to be the wedding tax. You know, like you hear stories of whenever you tell a venue it's for a wedding, all of a sudden everything's more expensive.
Yep.
But I wonder if it would work to go on elope and then book a venue for a party.
Yeah.
Just I'm having a fucking birthday party or whatever, and then just it's actually your wedding party and just have 100 people there and hopefully not get stung like the wedding tax for everyone's drinks and shit.
It'd be worth running an experiment. Like going booking a venue for a party and being like, oh, what's the price? And be like, oh, actually here it's for a wedding.
Yeah, and then get the missus to ring up and be like, oh, get one year's ring up and say I've got 100 people for a fucking birthday, and then get the missus to ring up a couple of hours later and be like, yeah, I've got 100 people for a wedding.
Yeah.
Can I get a quote on it and get a quote on both of them and be like, well,
it's got to be real. I reckon it's real.
I think it is.
Yeah. And to be fair, to their credit, it's good business. They know they're in the market of fucking spending.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be interesting. Yeah.
But yeah, mate, tell me about your time away. So you went a little bit out of Newey.
Yeah, we went up to Harrington on the mid-north coast. So my mate Tommy, his partner Marty, his in-laws, so her parents, have this beautiful house on the Manning River there in where were we? Fucking Harrington Waters, it's called. So it's like this big estate on the river. It was fucking sick.
I'm picturing is there a big back deck involved?
There was a big backyard, like a kind of like a, what do they call it? Like a, when it's inside outside. I can't remember.
Right,
whatever they are.
Yep.
But then it was like a yard, and then it was the river. Like the backyard was the river. So
lush green grass.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. And then they had a jacuzzi as well.
Oh.
And then just a big, it was like a 5-bedroom house. So there was me and then Jeff, Poss, Tommy Mard's Lips, and then the girls, and then the kids. So it was like full family kind of holiday. First one of them I've done with my mates. It was really good.
Kids didn't give you too much hell?
No, they were sweet. We were probably the worst. The boys I was way more trouble than any of the fucking 1-year-olds were in terms of causing people grief. But yeah, no, it was great. So we went up Friday after work. Jesse knocked off, didn't finish till kind of late. So we didn't get up there till about 7. The boys were already paro by the time we got there, and a lot of excitement. First night fever, like same when you do anything, weddings and shit. Like it was just,
especially when you're catching up.
Yeah. Well, it's because the guys have all got kids, so we don't see anyone as much anymore. And then it was great. Like every night was the same. Like we'd all sit around and have dinner, and then the boys would start drilling stubbies, and then the girls would put the kids to bed, and then the girls would go to bed, and then we'd all just sit up till like 3 a.m. getting blind.
That's fucking awesome.
It was so good.
Yeah. Telling stories, solving the world problems.
Yeah, just talking shit. Just it was great. Like how we're all old and fucking buying houses sucks, and the kids are hard, and it's just like
Any
it's
conspiracies get around?
Yeah. There was some good conspiracy chat. We smoked a joint one night, and then we got into what did we get into? Population, because we're talking about kids, and then we were saying like how everyone kind of only has 2 kids. But then I saw it was actually Patrick Beck David. PBD had a good. Not so much a conspiracy, but just more his take on where it's all going, and about how like because us in the West we're like because we're worried about money, we'll kind of just have 2 kids, and then any more than that, it's too expensive. But he's like the Muslims and the Chinese, they're just drilling out 7, 8, 9 kids per family.
Yeah.
And he goes like they're going to outnumber us. They already do, but they're just going to continue to outnumber the whites.
The whites.
Because we don't want kids. We're scared of being poor, and they're just like, nah, fuck it. We're just going to keep pumping them out.
Strength in numbers.
So
baby.
that was funny after smoking a joint to get into that.
The Muslims are outnumbering us.
Everyone, yeah. All of us. And the Chinese.
Yeah.
That was just a theory. And it was just one clip I saw of Patrick Beck David. I haven't read any more into it, as I do with all my conspiracies.
Randomly, when my boys came over, I don't know if it was just based off a TikTok I saw or whatever, but like before the footy's on, a few hours before it, we're getting into conspiracy chat over just stubbies. I was like, oh, I didn't see this coming, but this is funny.
Yeah, that's good.
But the paintings that were in like Epsteins Island, like one was fucking JFK in a dress or something, right?
Oh, yeah. So then it's all the, like when they compromise the leaders. Yeah.
But one I didn't know that was there was like Bush, like holding a paper plane, like at like 2 blocks of towers almost.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Have you seen that?
Nah, I haven't seen it.
I'll try and find it. I was like, oh, I hadn't seen that one. I'd only seen JFK in the dress.
My boy Izzy and Griffin will be all over that.
Bush painting.
How good's that? Yeah, I watched that. There was a good the Epstein doco on Netflix, and they like his house in New York's like one of the most expensive pieces of real estate in the city.
Oh yeah, there's a painting for you. So it's like him sitting on the ground, like George Bush sitting on the ground holding a paper plane and painting, almost as if he's like knocked down these blocks.
Yeah,
but
the
people
towers.
Interpreting that as like the towers.
Oh yeah, and is that Clinton in a dress?
Yeah, sorry, Clinton, not JFK. I meant Clinton earlier.
Yeah,
the proper conspiracy nerds would know that one.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
It's weird shit, man. Like even you can say that's art, but like with the whole story that goes along with Epstein, that shit's wild. I know I'm late to the Epstein train, but this is just what we were yarning about over stubbies before the footy.
It's good shit.
And then my mate was like, yeah, what about the one where I think they reckon US bombed themselves to get involved in one of the world wars?
Yeah, they
like
call them
Hawaii?
false flags. Yeah, they call them false flags. So they'll just like... Yeah, they'll bomb them and say it was someone else, so they've got a reason to go and... Yeah.
I was like, damn, Blue would be loving this shit. That's what I was thinking when they were bringing this up.
Yeah,
like, you'd be all over it. Yeah.
It's the best. It's the best. Yeah, I love it. And then I don't love it because I'm like, we're fucked.
But then when you talk to people who like the conspiracy but don't have the full picture, that's where I'm like back out again, because my mate was like, well, wars make so much money. And like, maybe that's true. But I was like, well, how? He's like, well, they spent like fucking 6 trillion on it. I was like, yeah, they spent that. Like, how does that mean they fucking made money?
Oh, because they make money because they give that 6 trillion goes to, so like Halliburton, who was Sean Ryan just did Rogan. You see Sean Ryan clips?
I don't know.
So Sean Ryan, he's an ex-SEAL. He started like the Sean Ryan podcast, and he's always got like hackers on, or like he's always got really out there like black ops or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
But this Sean Ryan guy was talking about, and like Halliburton, so they give these contracts. So say they start a war and it costs them $6 billion, like your mate said, but they'll give. It costs them $6 billion because they buy like tanks and guns and all that shit. But they give the contracts to make those tanks and guns and everything to their mates.
Okay.
So it's government money.
It's that insider shit.
It was Dick Cheney. Was it Dick Cheney? He was the CEO of Halliburton while he was the vice president when they started the Iraq War.
Okay.
So they're like, how the fuck did this happen? So this guy has started this war, and then they like no bid contracts. They just give it straight to these guys, and then they make all the guns and shit. So they just go, there's all this money. and then their mates just make these private.
So it's not even like a whole like. That's even more wild than what you're saying, because it's not like the government's doing a conspiracy. It's a guy and a couple of his mates.
Yeah, but it is kind of, then they're kind of in cahoots with the government. Yeah. It's kind of what they say the same about COVID too. It's like all these ex-government people sit on the boards of all the people that made the vaccines, and then the government mandates these vaccines and has to spend all this money on them. So these pharmaceutical companies make billions because of something that the government mandates. So it's like the money
it's like insider trading in a way.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah. So that's how they make the money.
There you go. Yeah. That makes, because I was like, well, you just said they spent $6 trillion, and he was kind of like, but they do make.
Yeah, where's the profit?
He didn't have the explanation. Whereas you're, and it's like, no, the profit is lining their mates' pockets.
Yes,
that's where the contracts are going to.
And then when they finish up in government, they just get
a job at that.
They get gigs on these boards and just get fucking crazy salaries.
Just like the fucking people here.
Yeah, exactly. It's literally how it all works. Mate, it's all just rorting at the highest level. They're literally just...
Which I respect a little bit.
I mean, kinda, yeah.
I respect the essence.
I hate it.
But you're fucking us.
Yeah, they're fucking... it's the big guy fucking the little guy. And it's just at scale. It's at the biggest scale imaginable. They're fucking like nations. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So there's that anyway.
Yeah, there's a bit of conspiracy for you.
But yeah, all we did was drink piss. I got to Sunday... We fucking disgraceful. We went to the butchers and spent like probably $150 on meat, and then on Sunday we cooked it. First of all, nearly burnt the house down. We set the barbie on fire, which I haven't done before. It was me and Tommy were cooking the barbie, and there must have been a fair bit of grease on it, and it went up. And we just sort of looked at each other and we're like, "That's pretty big."
Yeah.
And then the girls sort of saw it, and we were like, just tried to act calm.
Yeah.
You quickly went under, turned all the gas off, turned everything off, and we're like, hopefully this thing just burns itself out. It did, thankfully, but it was up.
Yeah.
The meat was sweet, funnily enough. The meat was all good. But then we'd been eating, dude, it was Sunday dinner. We wasted so much of this food because we'd just been eating. I hadn't been hungry since Friday because I was just, as soon as there's just food out all the time and I wasn't even hungry, I just kept gorging myself. And then it got to dinner time and I'd had fucking 10 stubbies, so I was so bloated and full, and we cooked all this food and none of us wanted to eat.
Yeah.
Because we'd just fucking been eating.
And drinking.
So I was like, what a waste. And then we fucked up. Then we fucking put it on the counter, covered it, and didn't put it in the fridge.
Oh.
So we left it out overnight and fucking wasted all this food. I was like, you dumb cunts.
What are we talking? We talking scotchies? We talking snags?
Nah, nothing too extravagant, but like some nice snags, heaps of rissoles, a few rumps.
Still dog shit.
Dude, that was so dumb. I hate wasting food, and we wasted fucking heaps of it. That was really, really dumb. But yeah, like just ate non-stop for 4 days, like just, and was not hungry once, and just kept eating.
Can't. This shows how much of a baby I am. I told on the last pod, like we came into Bali when we landed and we couldn't get food that night, and I went to bed hungry, like the first time ever.
Yeah.
And like it just hit me. I was like, damn, people out there really starve every night.
Every night.
Like, it was like one night I hadn't had dinner.
You missed one meal one night.
And I'm there like, man, this is fucked up that people starve.
People die from not eating.
I got a real life realization.
Yeah, people die from not eating, and
I'm like in an air-conned room in a fucking king-size bed, and I'm like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, you're not going to stop eating for the next 5 days, 7 days. Yeah, people die from not having food, and I'd make myself sick on it. Like most chances I get. Oh. It's not good, eh?
Yeah.
It's not good.
Like not being able to remember when you like weren't hungry. When you were hungry is fucking crazy.
I think it got good problem to have, because I did a chew up there and I got another snack pack. Spoiler alert. And it was we'd been at the beach for a few hours, and I was like, oh, I'm getting peckish. And then there was a takeaway joint on the way home. I was like, perfect, I'll keep the snack pack streak going. And then as I was eating it, I was like, this is the first time. It was like Sunday lunchtime, and that's what ruined dinner, because I had a snack pack at like 2 in the arvo, and then we cooked the barbie at like 5.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's the first time this whole weekend I've been hungry. Like, not even hungry, I was just kind of hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably bored, honestly. You're probably just bored.
Yeah, and then I went and got a snack pack. And we had hundreds of dollars of meat at home, and I still went and bought a snack pack.
You got to do the chew, man.
I had to do the chew. It was for content.
It was work.
It was for content. I'm working. I'm working.
On the weekend, like usual.
Yeah, always, bro. No off switch, this guy. No days off. Yeah. No, it was great. And then, it was fun too. Just like the kids they put the kids in bed, and we just sit up getting fucking hammered. Yeah. Like till like 3 o'clock. One night I saw the sun come up the first night.
Did ya?
Me and Jeff stayed up till like 5 in the morning.
The brothers.
And then I was like, we just start talking about work. Everyone else peels off, and then we just start talking about work. And then because we were on the water, I saw the sun. I was like, we have to go to bed, man. We can't. This is the first night on a family holiday, and then was really really hungover on Saturday. I had a 4-hour nap.
That was it.
I napped for 4 hours that afternoon. No, I went to bed at 5, and then I think I woke up at 9:30. I was still high range drunk, and then like trying to make conversation with like the kids and the sober girlfriends and wives. And I was like, I must stink a piss. And I'm like talking shit, and then finally sort of sobered up, and then we went and got some supplies and that, and then I went to bed for 4 hours in the afternoon.
What was the family activities? Were you involved at all?
Nah, it was just like walks and swims, and there was a jet ski, so there was like a little donut session, which was pretty fun.
That's sick.
Yeah, that was fun.
I fucking love getting on the biscuits and the donut. Yeah,
that was heaps fun. Kids wet a line. A couple of the young kids went and wet a line, which was cool to see. They caught some like tiny little fish, and I was so pumped.
Yeah,
like so excited. Very wholesome. And then, obviously getting shit-faced, rotten drunk, like unwholesome.
Yeah.
But that was great.
Any tantrums or anything from the kids that made you like fucking snare your nose at them?
They're good kids. They were really, really well behaved. One of the young fellas was sick the first day, but he was fine. And then he perked up the next couple of days. But there was no like proper. I was concerned that it would be like 2 a.m. and you hear him like, wow.
Yeah.
There was none of that, which was cool. Just a fucking great weekend. And then I thought we were going to get a rain day today. I was like, I did, to be fair, I did fuck all at work today as well, but it was like this morning, I was like, I got up, it was really great. I was like, yes. And then there was nothing on the radar, but it was that misty, annoying rain all day.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, man. But we didn't do much, which was good. So it was nice. A nice way to ease back into the week.
That just fucking reminded me this morning. Like I had a dream and I kept realizing I was dreaming. Like I was dreaming I was in my bed and I'm like, I have to fucking wake up. Like I knew I was in a dream. And it was like that sleep paralysis shit, not properly, because I think they're actually kind of awake. But in my dream, I couldn't fucking move properly and shit. And then I woke up from that, still in another dream, still in my fucking bed.
Oh, Inception.
Inception, bro.
Inception.
Yeah. And
that's weird.
Bro, it's happened to me before. And I'm like, I reckon I'm still dreaming. And I looked at him like, I'll be able to tell if I look at my bedside table. And on my bedside table, there's just a bunch of cleaning supplies. And
That's so funny.
And I'm like, all right, sweet. I'm still dreaming.
That's fucking hilarious.
And I was like trying to fight. Like, I couldn't move properly. I was trying to fight my way out of this dream. In the dream, I fell out of my bed and like smacked my stomach. I remember feeling it. And I go, oh fuck, maybe I'm awake because I fucking felt that. I wasn't. I was still fucking dreaming.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, bro. It's fucking weird. I have Inception dreams kind of often.
That's fucking weird.
And I've never heard anyone actually speak about them.
That's odd. Yeah, I can't say I've ever experienced that. We, Jesse and I it was a while ago now, but we still joke about it to this day. We had a tiramisu. You know, it's like coffee and cream, and we had a tiramisu late, like 9 o'clock at night or something on like a Friday after a takeaway. And we both had really bad nightmares.
True.
So we put it down to just having that much sugar and caffeine that late before bed. So we've never done it again. And we always joke, we'll see a tiramisu and we're like, never again.
Scared of the tiramisu.
But then after like,
Tyrophobia.
we still will have like a session on the bickies or whatever. And she'll be like, I'll have really funny dreams. But then I was still so tired after the weekend. We pigged out last night. And she goes, fuck, I had heaps of weird dreams last night. And I was just black for like 9 hours. She was like, did you have any weird dreams? I was like, no. She's like, do you have any dreams? I was like, no. Yeah. I was just completely black. Or maybe it's like you overhad them and forget them. Which I think is a thing.
Oh, but when you're pissed, I think you're just fucking.
Mate, more often than not, I'd say probably 95% of the time, it's just black.
Yeah.
I'm just gone and then I'm back. It's been 9 hours and I'm like, well, that was good.
That was a fucking awesome. I just teleported through
time. But that's funny. The Inception, just constantly waking up, but you're not awake.
Bruh, it's so annoying. I don't know. I would love to know if it says something about me because even when it's like I'm not in my own bed, I regularly clock that I'm in a dream. Like I'm like, oh, I'm fucking dreaming, and I'll be like, oh, I wonder if I can get out of it, and I'll just wake up. But this time it was like, let me out.
That's fucking odd.
Yeah.
How good. How good. The footy was great. We'll talk about that more in the sport, but I was so pumped up for that game.
Bruh.
And just watching it getting blind again, just like this is Grand Final day is the best.
Rugby league, baby. On the Inception note, one thing I don't want to touch on again, which is like social media related, is do you see people doing the cringe content on purpose?
Like, give me an example.
It'll be like I don't even want to do it. Like, it'll be like a girl pretending to be like a really cute, like, I say cute in quotation marks, like pick me girl.
Yeah.
But they're doing it intentionally, almost mocking the people that actually like that. But they're still fucking behaving like that in front of a camera.
Yeah.
Like, you're still doing the cringe thing, even though you're mocking them. Like, it fucking wigs me out.
Yeah, I find myself getting tricked by like people that are rage baiting sometimes, like people that are just doing cringe gay shit. And my initial instinct is, wow, this sucks. But then you read the comments and you're like, no, can't be. It's just that thing of like, are they this retarded? Like, are these people this retarded? Or are they actually very funny and they're taking the piss out of the whole thing? I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
I can't distinguish between the two anymore. Like, who's just rage baiting and who is actually just a freak?
But is the rage bait, like, is their satisfaction tricking you?
Yeah. Or is it double whammy? Like, I'm taking the piss out of these freaks and I'm tricking people.
Yeah.
Like, I'm that far ahead of the game. They're playing like 4D chess.
But you're taking the piss out of them, but you actually are just doing exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
And you think you're doing it ironically, but you're doing what they're doing. Like, you're being cringe still.
And 95% of the reaction online is this exact same reaction that these other shit cunts are getting.
Yeah.
You're getting the same reaction. So you must...
Cringeception.
Yeah.
It's it was doing... Like, this chick has a whole...
It is cringeception.
It is. This chick had a whole fucking Instagram account and 94... I clicked on her profile and it's her just being like, I'm a small girl. Like, what? Like...
That's why you didn't want to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And she'd be like calling her like partner, like her alpha and shit like that. And it's like, okay, you're taking the piss, but you keep posting this because it gets views. But are those views valuable to you?
Yeah.
Or do people just think you're weird? Like, I get you get a bunch of followers because people know you're taking a piss, but you're still doing the thing.
I'm getting close to like just the phone's got to go. Like, it's, mate, I'm nearly there again. Like, hangover days are the worst because it's just fucking retard after retard after retard, and I love watching it. And then it's been an hour, and I'm like, all you've done is look at fucking freaks and retards for an hour. Like, it's it's got to stop.
Yeah,
it fucking has to stop, man.
It happens in waves for me too. Like, I get stuck in the fucking retard wave. But then every now and then...
The retard vortex.
Yeah, but every now and then I'll be like, oh, I've actually learned something. And I'll like find some tutorials or something like that. I'm like, oh, this is valuable. But like, that is such a small amount of what I consume to convince myself that it's worth keeping.
I get nothing valuable out of my algorithm. Like, it's purely freaks and retards.
Well, that's valuable for the Patreon episode.
Yeah, for one comment section. And now it's at this stage where I don't even have to... Like, I could open up my... explore thing now, and the first one would be freaks and retards and full of nasty comments. Like, and then that's it. And then I'm like, well, that's the Patreon sorted.
What are these people having
And now
to say?
I look at fucking 500 more of them.
Yeah.
It's so bad. And I used to have the excuse for the Daily Blue articles. It was useful, not so much reels, but the news feed, because I would see a trend of people doing shit that annoyed me, and I would be like, okay, I can do an article about this. And that was my excuse, because I would be like, oh, I need to. But now I don't use any of what I'm looking at for content. It's
real
just
life inspiration.
I'm just looking at fucking freaks and retards. And I'm not doing anything with it other than just going, damn, they're freaking retarded. Like, like, I'm not doing anything with this stuff that I'm looking at other than just laying on the lounge getting a sore back. It's fucked.
There's a headline in there. There's a headline about freaky retards on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like a Reels page.
Yeah. Or even just the act of doing it. Like, there is. I'm just not trying. All my brain power has been absorbed by the F and R's. By the F's and the R's.
By the FRs.
LGBTQFR. They're part of the group now. That's another thing that annoyed me, just another downside of a long weekend. My back from laying down so much, my God. I was fucked yesterday because we had to drive 2 hours back, and then I immediately got out of the car and onto the lounge and napped for 2 hours and got up and had dinner and went to bed. So out of a 24-hour day, I probably spent 18 hours on my back.
Yeah.
And then I got up this morning and I was like, holy fuck, like my hips and my back just from purely laying down.
I reckon that's my issue because I didn't even think about that. I thought it might be my bed for a while because in Bali, I reckon I walked off a sore back.
Yeah.
Like, I suppose I did do a fair bit of chilling, but I did a fair bit of walking too. But every time I get out of bed after like 2 days here, I'm fucked.
It's just from not moving.
Yeah.
Like you have to fucking move.
Yeah.
That's another thing I hate. Like you have to move to feel good.
It's bullshit, but it's just a fact.
We were talking about it because like the boys that have got kids now have just all they do is work, look after kids. Like all their time for the things they used to like cricket and footy and going to the gym is gone. And that was we were having a good bitch at like 2 a.m. when we were shit faced. Like the thing, like what you used to do to like improve your body, now you have to do to just maintain. And if you don't do it, the fucking
fall off
in how you feel is so quick and so dire,
and how you look, how you feel, and how you look.
Oh, it's so, just to maintain. It's not even to get better anymore.
You're
it's
spot on.
Just to maintain. And if you want to make improvements now, once you hit 30,
you
fucked.
need steroids.
Like you have to go Rogan and like only eat elk meat and do steroids and train fucking 7 times a week.
Oh, bruh.
It's fucking annoying as fuck, man.
That was a reality that like smacked me hard in the face the past couple of weeks. Is like, I need to do something, like, because my rig's not fucking crazy bad, but it's not fucking good by any means. And I was like, damn, like I used to just be able to do whatever I want, and I was pretty like skinny, really. Yep. And now I'm like, oh shit, I got to do something about this. And if I want to be jacked, it's going to be fucking hard.
Yeah, it's fucked, man. It's fucked, and like, it's because we got in good shape for the fights, and then it's just I've held it off.
You were fucking jacked.
I was
like, all right.
Yeah, I was in great nick, but then it's been a steady. Like I've just held it off, and I've held it off, and I've held it off, and then I had the run, and I kind of held it off for a bit more. And now the floodgates have opened, and I'm just getting fat again, and it happened quick. And like I understand, I'm eating fucking snack packs and biscuits and drinking piss, but I just fucking hate it, man. I just want to be able to do that and look and feel good. Bro, it's fucked.
I mean,
you can't do it.
You can't, and everyone says it. The thing is balance. Sure. Thank you, mate. Everyone says the thing is balance, but like saying no to like yummy treats and yummy dinners and having a drink with your mates. It's like. Some people do like it, but like, is life real? Are you really living life if you're saying no to those things 100% of the time? Yeah,
and like to have the good rig, you have to say no to them at least 95% of the time.
It appears that way, doesn't it?
Yeah,
and even like, for drinking piss, like you're drinking vodka sodas, they suck. Like if you want to drink and be jacked, you have to drink gross drinks,
schooners of sugar. Yeah, you have to drink a schooner of sugar with alcohol in it.
Yeah,
and they're the best.
It's the best.
They're the best ones. I had what did I have? We went for a countery on Friday before the long weekend. I had a schooner of the Brookvale Union ginger beer.
Yeah,
there's just sugar.
Yeah.
With a bit of lime, like a fresh bit of lime on top of some ice and like alcohol in it. I was like, this is amazing.
So good, eh?
So good.
Especially when it would have been a warm day when you were hitting that.
It was gorgeous. I had some food in one of them and I was like,
were you outside?
Yeah, I was on
it would have looked good in the sun.
Yeah, out the front of the sunny side there, sitting on the main road. Like people driving past, like, why are you drinking? I was like, because I can. It's a long weekend.
Have you looked up, mate? Yeah. Big Yellow's fucking raining down on us.
Yeah, it was good. That was a nice thing about the trip away too, just walking around with a stubby in the midst. Like that was, we were just kind of, when's the appropriate time to crack a beer? Like, I did wait till the afternoon every day, which was good because there was kids around. But
12:01.
Yeah. We're having lunch. Oh, we're getting lunch on. Yeah.
Stubby lunch. What's a couple of stubbies with lunch?
Yeah. Nah, it's the best. But yeah, fuck. It's just you got to pay the price. Unfortunately, it's fucking annoying.
Yep, you got to pay the fucking piper, mate.
Got to pay the piper. Yeah, I lied this morning. I was like, I'll go to the gym this morning. No, I barely got up for my alarm. Yeah. Like for my regular alarm.
I was gonna go for a run today. Then you wanted to record, and I was like, I don't have time. I might go for after this, maybe.
Nah, it's on me. You can blame me for that one. That's 100% my fault.
Thanks, mate. That counts.
That's 100% my fault, that one. Yeah, I'm trying to think of there was fucking heaps of good shit. Yeah, just eating, man. Just eating non-stop. It's the best.
Yeah.
It's the fucking best.
It's hard to beat.
Yeah.
I said the fattest shit while I was on holidays. I was like, had 2 beers and at this dinner, we were all hungry as fuck. And I was like, this is some fat ass shit, but like, I don't think that there's a mood that eating can't fix.
Nah.
Like, fucking say what you want about alcoholics or whatever, but like, I get like food addictions. Like, if you're having a shit time, and you have a good feed, like, you're gonna feel better.
Yep.
You just are
100%. And then on the flip side of that, I've been in some raging moods when my food hasn't been good. Like I've gone, the missus is like nagging me to go for dinner, and then I've got somewhere and they didn't have what I want, or the service has been bad and the food's been ordinary, and it's made me significantly worse. Yeah, it's powerful.
But then if you got something good in you, bang.
Yeah,
you forget about
You're
that
back.
shit.
Talking about fat shits, that was another thing that I had to like navigate on this trip away because we had a shared bathroom, and because I was eating and drinking like an absolute fucking disgrace. I was like, you cannot go and bomb this toilet. There's women that have to use this toilet, and then some of them aren't your partner. So there was twice.
Some of them.
Yeah, like one of them is, so I don't mind destroying it for her, obviously.
She knows.
She knows. She's aware of what she signed up for, but the other guys shouldn't have to put up with it. So there's one time in particular I held off for ages and I was busting, and then we were going to the pub for dinner. So I was like, I'll just nuke the pub toilet. And that was a good feeling. But I was like, we have to go soon.
Yeah.
Because I've been hanging on this one for a while, and if I do it here, he's going to be very unhappy with me.
Stink of the joint up.
Yeah, big time.
It is always funny going into a toilet and like someone sprayed the shit in there because like you know that they thought that it was rank as fuck.
When you hear the fucking Glen 20 going off like a fire extinguisher, non-stop, like 30 seconds of Glen 20 application. What did you do?
Maybe I'm just a fucking prick, but I don't ever spray shit.
Fuck, that's ruthless.
Yeah.
You gotta spray, bro.
I just don't. Maybe I'm just a cusser. I don't think my shit like stinks that bad.
You don't think your shit stinks?
Literally.
You don't think your shit stinks? Wow, I've always thought it, but I didn't think I'd hear you say it. I never thought you'd admit it. You don't think your shit stinks?
I don't smell my shit. Most of the time, I don't smell my shit. I've ran myself into this.
What have you just done? You don't think I don't spray because mine don't stink. That's what you just fucking said.
Well, I don't smell it. I'm willing to put that. I'm willing to put that on the record that 9 times out of 10, I don't smell my own shit.
That's hilarious.
Oh god.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I'm paranoid because I know the damage that I've just done. I'm like, I got to cover this.
The dial-ins, let me know how often you're spraying after your shit.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean,
don't get me wrong. I did just hear myself. I know what I've done to myself here, but I know some of you're
gonna get
don't spray.
You're gonna get towed up there.
Rightly so.
The fucking I'm aware, like, because even overspraying, like hearing that Glen 20 go off is nearly as bad as the embarrassment of that is almost as bad because you got to walk out. Someone's there, they've just heard you, and also it doesn't fully cover it.
No.
Like you just get a mix of Glen 20 and turd.
Yeah.
So it's for sure you're not. But I like them to at least know that I've tried and I'm aware of what I've done, and I am trying here.
I'm
trying.
I'm ashamed, and I'm trying to.
I'm sorry. I've done everything I can to right this wrong.
Yeah.
But it is what it is too. Like you can only do so much.
I wish I could relate, man, but my shit. I don't have that problem.
It is what it is.
Just greatness coming out of there.
Blessed, bro. Blessed. The Blessed Express. That's so fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Anything else, mate? Or should we do some news?
I don't think of any other highlights. No, it was just a great weekend. And yeah, fully just that thing of like, why the fuck are we working 5 days every week, man?
Yeah.
I would love to get to the stage with the business, like to just be able to do like 4 days a week and do like 1 day of podcasting and just lounging. That'd be fucking so nice.
It's so good, bro. Like even that 3 days for most people, I was saying it, like you don't realize how much you need a holiday until you're on one. Like not even a whole holiday, but that fucking 3 days, I reckon a lot of people feel the same way, eh?
No, it's good. Life's good. Might be news.
News time.
News.
Coming in hot from Lad Bible, Oasis fans are already burying drugs in Heaton Park 10 months before the Manchester gig.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That's very clever.
I'd never I'm not that keen for anything probably.
Yeah.
To get in a park 10 months ahead and just start burying drugs so you can do them while Oasis plays.
It's ridiculous. So this is what ahead of the Oasis 2025 tour at Manchester's Heaton Park, some fans are reportedly burying drugs in the site 10 months in advance. This peculiar tactic, it's not that peculiar, aims to evade security measures, which will include sniffer dogs and thorough bag searches. Addiction counsellors have reported hearing about fans' plans, prompting warnings about the potential dangers of drug use at the events. Despite heightened security, some attendees are rumoured to be preparing creative methods to smuggle substances into the venue. We were talking about this at Parkway Drive because we were like, oh, there's like tons of security, but no sniffer dogs. And we thought like music, like big music concerts, not that it's okay. Like obviously drugs are bad. Obviously we all know drugs are bad.
Drugs are bad. Okay.
Drugs are bad, okay? But it's like people go there to get high. Not everyone, but a lot of people go to big music shows to get high and listen to music.
Yes.
It's fucking undeniably fun.
Yeah.
Like, so it's going to happen. And like, I think the coppers obviously know that to a degree, because if they were genuinely trying to stop people taking drugs there, they just have sniffer dogs at every entry and you would catch everyone.
Yeah.
Like,
well, some people don't believe in sniffer dogs. They reckon it's body language. Have you heard that theory?
I have not.
Yeah, they reckon the dogs aren't actually fucking sniffing anything. They're kind of just getting a vibe of how people are acting.
I mean, that makes sense. Dogs are very clever.
And I've heard 100 people get past sniffer dogs.
Yeah.
You ever heard of
Yeah, heaps of people get past them as well.
Stick it up the missus?
Yeah.
Or your mate's missus? Or, you know, there's plenty of shit.
Yeah, I know. Heaps of
Or
people
your
do
own dot, whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. But I mean, like, if they were genuinely trying to, like, they could stop heaps of people, but they must just do, like, it's like their due diligence. They're like, we have to at least stop a couple of people
to do our job.
Yeah, to do our job. Because,
Yeah.
so many people go, not every, like, I'm not saying you have to get high to enjoy live music, but it's a lot,
But
it's very fun when you're high.
And a lot of people do it. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
People
100%.
go to festivals to get high.
Yeah.
Sometimes not even for the music.
And
It's
Oasis,
just a
I'm sure
dewdrop.
Oasis, like, that's old indie rock. Like, there'd be so many people smoking weed and shit, like, just rocking out with fucking the Gallaghers.
Yeah, do you reckon they're burying weed? Or they're burying fucking pingers? That's what I reckon.
Yeah, surely, I don't know. It's a fucking crazy tactic to then go in there and dig it up too. I think a lot of people used to do that Groove in the Mood, the old one at Maitland years ago. They used to go there like a couple of weeks before and bury drugs at the site and then go in there and dig them up.
And how do you get not caught? You'd probably get caught digging, you'd think.
Yeah, I don't know. You just, fuck knows.
Yeah.
And then, like, how do you mark the spot? Like, how do you mark the location where you fucking buried your drugs?
Yeah, you'd have
a
to-
giant pink X. Nobody go here.
Yeah, out of bounds. You'd pick a tree or fucking you'd pick somewhere.
I'd like to throw that one out to the dial-ins too, because I know in my heart of hearts that some of you have buried drugs at festivals.
Sneaking alcohol or drugs.
Yes. How have you, like, creative ways you've smuggled gear and alcohol into festivals? Because I know in my heart of hearts that a few of you listening to this have done that.
Have you heard any other good ones?
Nah, it was generally just, like, as insane as it sounds to say it out loud, like chicks putting it up their vaginas.
Yeah.
Yeah, blokes up their asses, chicks in their vaginas, or
Blokes
in your mouth.
doing them on the way in.
Or in your mouth.
Yeah.
I never did it. I was always way too scared, like someone else had to do it.
Not exactly.
And of course, I'm not going to admit to smuggling drugs on a podcast either.
Or doing them.
Or doing them.
I haven't done that before.
No, fuck, yeah. This is going to haunt me if I ever have kids. I'm sure this thing will come back to bite me. But it's that, like, I don't know if I ever knew anyone that buried him. Like, you just heard about it. Like, I don't know if I ever knew anyone that did it. One of the boys reckons he got on a domestic flight. They were going to was it a Bucks weekend or something? And he fucking just put a bag of Coke under his hat. And then he, like, because he was that excited, he wanted to do Coke on the plane. So he flew. It was like a fucking trip to Brisbane.
Is this kind of like a notorious fib teller?
He's a notorious fibber, and but he's also a notorious fucking drug user too. So I was like,
maybe this one.
well, I was like, well, it lends itself either way. It's like he's either making it up or he did it. He's that dumb and into Coke, he could have done it too.
Notorious FIB.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Fibby Smalls.
Yeah, nice.
The fibbler.
No fucking way. Well, I have heard bullshit about like plane security too, where they reckon it's like not really that red hot and they kind of do it
It's
all
all
just
about
to scare
perception.
people. Perception.
Yeah.
Because you have to put your hat off like through the scanners and shit if you're going international
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
Surely that would pick up cocaine.
I don't know.
I don't know, but you would think
Yeah, I don't know.
of all drugs.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard a few blokes just say they've flown with them on domestic flights just in their bag.
Or actually, fuck, for some reason I feel like it might have been you. But someone told me they knew someone who like just accidentally left rack in their wallet.
A mate of mine did that in a laptop case, and he travelled all around North America.
Maybe that was the yarn. Yeah.
And he got his laptop out, like one of the last stops on the trip, and threw it on the bed, and then it fell out of the laptop case, and he had it on him for like 5 flights.
You'd be like, holy shit.
Yeah, he was like, Jesus Christ.
But at least I'm here.
Yeah, made it.
Better do it.
Better do this Coke.
I can't take it back.
Can't do that again.
No, fuck no. Other good ones, I think I've just seen videos of this. I would be surprised if a girl's done it in real life. Is they kind of put alcohol in their like ponytail. Have you seen that video or someone do that?
There's a good one, bloke at the cricket. He hollowed it. You know those like yellow plastic cricket bats? But he hollowed one of them, or they must be hollow already, and he cleaned it out, and then he cut the handle so it was a screw cap. And he filled it with piss and then took it to the cricket.
So essentially a giant flask.
So a giant flask.
Yeah.
And he was just like, yeah, just got a little cricket set to play with the kids on the hill. And yeah, no worries, mate. And it was full of piss.
Yeah.
And then another one, I saw a guy, because you can take your own food, I think.
Yep.
And a guy, he just had a lunchbox with sandwiches in it. But in the sandwiches, he had a hip flask.
Oh.
So like he opened the lunchbox and it just looked like a bunch of glad wrap sandwiches. And they're like, yeah, mate, no worries. And you go with like little bits of lettuce poking outside. Then he sat down, opened the sandwiches, and they had hip flasks in them.
That's gone.
I thought that was good.
Yeah, that's fucking
Yeah,
gone.
I saw that. That was on Instagram. Like the guy was like, yeah, look what I did.
It's bringing some value.
I like it. That's one of those reels. That's one of those great reels.
Another good one is people get the cases of waters if you go to a couple day festival and they just vodka in them instead of water, stick them back in so it looks like you haven't busted the seal on these things.
Yeah. Yeah, it's creative. I think what's the big one? Is it Splendor?
Yeah.
And someone went to that and they said they're like heaps thorough when they're checking for piss. Are you not allowed to take piss? I don't know.
They would be, you're not allowed to drink piss.
And someone was like, they were incredibly thorough,
Which
like going through it, which was like, fuck off. Like, we live in the fucking nanny state, bro.
Yeah, we do.
Fuck, man. My boy Punters Politics had a good fucking rant about just all the fines and shit that come in on the long weekend. They're just like,
dogs not on leashes and shit. Yeah.
Fucking nanny state. And it's hard because you look at places like America and you're like, well, they need more rules. But then I'm just like, fuck, we get smashed, man. I don't know what the answer is.
I think it's fucking, it always seems to come back to money. I don't think it's to really stop people from getting too blind.
Nah.
Small role, but it's to make sure that the fucking businesses in there are getting their bang for their buck. Like, they pay to be there.
Yeah.
We need to make these people buy drinks off them. I recently learned that those vendors in festivals or like concerts or whatever, mate, they sometimes have to pay like 20% of their fucking fee to even be there. Yeah. Like, what they sell, the festivals, like, they get 20% of that. So that's why the markup's always there.
Yeah, because they got to still make their money.
So they look like pricks, and they are, but it's like they have to put that money up to even make the same amount of profit they were going to make anyway.
It's fucking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard something like that about Westfield. I can't remember, but someone had a shop at Westfield was like, they get a percentage of sales on top of the rent. I think they get like a couple of % of whatever the fucking businesses make.
Wow.
I was like, that's fucking dog shit.
It's believable is the worst part.
Yeah.
Like that, I'm not going to question
that. Could be incorrect, but I feel like I heard that. It was like, it's your rent and then it's like some percentage of your fucking gross sales.
Well, Westfield have all the leverage. Like, they would get to negotiate the deal.
Yeah.
Fucking for sure. Yeah. Big wigs, man.
Fuck the big wigs, bro.
Unless they want to sponsor us.
Yes, of course.
This next headline, just written as marijuana Pepsi.
I'm intrigued.
Meet marijuana Pepsi, who doesn't drink soda or smoke marijuana and has faced job rejections because of her name. That is a woman's name.
Marijuana Pepsi's her name.
Yeah.
To be fair, she looks like she could be named Marijuana Pepsi.
She's 52. And with a name as unique as her story, has no plans to change it despite not indulging in marijuana or fizzy drinks and alcohol. There you go. Her mother, Brandy Johnson, named her marijuana Pepsi, believing the distinctive... fucking ad. Fucking up. I was in a good flow there too. Go away. Her mother, Brandy Johnson, named her marijuana Pepsi, believing the distinctive Moncler would bring global recognition. Growing up, marijuana faced constant curiosity and whispers about her unique name, with many wrongly assuming her mother had a troubled past. I think that's a fair assumption.
Yeah, if you name your daughter Marijuana, I'd be like, what the fuck's wrong with her mum?
Yeah, that's
a completely fair assumption.
That's a crack baby.
It's a weed baby.
Defying stereotypes, she pushed on to earn a PhD in higher education leadership and now works at a community college at Baltimore County, and is also the founder of the Action as Empowerment Center for Change, according to the New York Post. Good on your marijuana.
I think that probably worked in the opposite. Like, it was like you guys, I've got this freaky name I have to achieve. Yeah. Like, I can't be called Marijuana Pepsi and be a flop.
Yeah.
Like, I have to go and get a PhD now. Like, which is great from the mum.
Yeah.
Like, it probably didn't work in the way that a mum planned on it. She just thought she'd be famous because she had a freaky name, but she was like, no, I have this shit name. I have to go and kick goals.
And then just owning it, which I got to respect too.
Yeah, not changing it.
Yeah.
That's my name.
It's like marijuana Pepsi, better than fucking crack Coke or some shit. You know what I mean? There's a bit of fucking leverage there.
Yeah, marijuana Pepsi is...
I kind of like it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, little marijuana Pepsi Thomas.
But you're not going to get a brand deal with Pepsi though, unfortunately. Marijuana ruining that for her.
I'm sure some weed dispensaries that get on board.
Yeah, maybe she can make her own strain.
That's interesting. That is a shit name though.
She's pretty happy looking though. Shout out to marijuana Pepsi.
It's odd that she steered clear of both substances as well.
Yeah, she's got to have given one a go.
Again, it was probably like the chip on the shoulder thing. She's like, no, I cannot smoke weed.
Or drink Pepsi.
I cannot do either. I probably would do what she's done. If I had a name like that, I cannot use either of those things and I have to be a high achiever now.
Yeah.
Because if I don't, then I'm fucked.
I'm done. Everyone's going to say they were fucking right about me.
Yeah.
Last headline, which is actually more so a blast from the past that I shout out to uni lad. Hooters once had a failed airline called Hooters Air. Did you know this?
I did not.
Where Hooters
That's so good.
Yeah, Hooters girls served on board, but without FFA certification. They focused on selling company merchandise and enhanced the passenger experience.
I bet they did.
Yeah. It operated from 2003 to 2006. Not a bad little stint. Using Boeing aircraft to target golfers traveling to Myrtle Beach.
That's a sick idea.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a hilarious fucking idea. The girls were on board, but they didn't have the certification, so they were forced to sell merch and shit to try and make some money. The passengers were greeted by the Hooters girls, who worked alongside a traditionally dressed flight crew in the cabin. Since the Hooters girls didn't have the certification, they didn't serve food or handle the carts. Instead, spent most of the time interacting with the passengers and selling company merch.
That's great stuff.
Yeah. Would you go on a little Hooters Air ride? Or
I think to start off a Bucks weekend or something like that, Hooters Air would be incredibly fun.
Yeah.
That would be such a great start to the trip.
That's not Mark. I suppose there's only so many buck shows and shit like that, but
Yeah, but there's a lot.
yeah.
Imagine if it was like, I don't know, Melbourne Cup weekend or fucking like NRL Grand Final weekend and you had the chance to fly with titty girls.
Yeah.
Bro, I remember going to the Scone Cup one year and we stopped at an early opener that had titty girls and I was like, this is the fucking greatest start to the day. Like I just had a schooner at like 9 a.m. with titty girls. I was like, this is set the tone so nicely for the rest of today. It's party time.
Is there a reason that like that shit doesn't go on? Like you got party buses and that. Like what is so wrong about a party plane? You have a fucking
Just the
cut
cost.
off from the cockpit. Yeah, the cost associated.
No, well, that's what the last bit of this article says. Despite offering a fun, unique experience, rising fuel costs and other challenges forced the airline to cease operations in 2006, costing the parent company 40 million bones. The airline was created by Robert Brooks, owner of Hooters of America, as a flying billboard to boost brand visibility, starting operations on March 6 in 2003.
That's a good idea. I respect him for going after that. Though.
Cost. It would just be a cost thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because when you think about that, like, you know, there's titty girls, there's fucking party buses, like, next step is a fucking trip with like strippers on it.
Yeah, for sure.
Strippers. That's only for the elites as well.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing too. Like people that is going on all the time anyway.
Yeah.
It's just the elites are just doing it. They're just having orgies on planes.
Yeah, and the punters probably won't be able to like afford it, even if you got a group together.
Yeah, because like the sort of bloke that appeals to, like there are plenty of cashed up bogans that would love that, but then like the average man probably isn't going to have the money to pay extra just for a couple of hour flight with a titty girl.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, probably like as a business model.
Maybe just from WA to Bali though.
Yeah.
They could just do like a little 3 hour.
Yeah,
pay the extra couple $100.
There'd be fucking tons of FIFO workers that'd be all over that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jetstar.
Probably too many like DV issues associated though.
It would cause problems.
SA
It would,
issues,
yeah,
I should say.
It would cause massive dramas for sure. But blokes like slugging like 15 cans and getting handsy.
And you're stuck in a tube.
There's no escape.
There's no escape.
There's no escape for the girls, unfortunately.
Get me another beer.
Yeah.
Or rum.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. It's not the worst idea I've ever heard.
It's not.
I've heard worse business ideas.
Until you think about that, like people might get drunk and handsy. It sounds
But
like
that happens in strip clubs. Or you just have a couple
there's an escape.
Yeah, but you just have a couple of heavy hitting security guards on it.
Yeah.
They're like, boys, we're going to have our fun. Do not fucking touch the girls.
Yep.
We're going to have our fun. You're going to see some tits.
Yeah.
Do not fucking touch the ladies or you're getting bashed and thrown off the plane.
And thrown off the plane.
Yeah, it'd be
or
like
they got
that.
a little jail in the back of the plane.
Yeah.
There you go. Now we're talking.
Or like that scene on, Batman Dark Knight where like they capture Bane and they throw the dudes off the plane. It's like that. There's just a couple of dudes there with pistols and they're like, we'll pistol whip you and throw you out the side. Yeah. Don't touch the girls. It's actually not the worst idea I've ever heard.
Hooters in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this.
Let's do it.
I'm willing to invest.
Stay tuned. we might.
We're
going to launch our own Blue Air. Okay, but I was up the mid-north coast all long weekend and we're on the Manning River there and I was looking around. There's a lot of people on boats, a lot of sort of water sports and those kind of activities. It got me thinking. I need you to imagine something for me, all right?
I'm ready.
Are you imagining?
I'm imagining.
All right. You're setting sail. You're on the water and you're setting sail.
Sounds relaxing.
I need you to think of a destination for me. Stop. I'll tell you the destination. I'll tell you where you're going. Home ownership.
You beauty.
I know, but you need the right compass to navigate those very tricky and treacherous financial waters.
They are tricky.
They're fucking treacherous too, let me tell you.
Thank God for me. We've got Phil. That's where he comes in. Phil at PK Mortgages. They're like the seasoned captain guiding you through the financial storm. You know what I mean?
He's like a captain. Who's a good sea captain that feels like a good? I was going to say Captain Jack Sparrow, but
I don't mind Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, but Phil's a little bit more professional. Captain Jack was a bit of a wily, crazy character. Phil's more like a what was the Tom Hanks movie where he got kidnapped by the black pirates? He's more like Phil. He's calm under pressure. He's sensible. That Phil's that kind of captain.
But like Captain Jack Sparrow, he typically gets the job done.
Oh shit, yeah.
Always.
Oh shit, yeah. With access to over 50 lenders, Phil and the team will steer towards smooth sailing, whether it's for a home loan, a car loan, or even a business loan. Phil can do it all.
PK Mortgages. Phil and the team, they're like your trusted co-pilot on the financial seas.
Set course for success. And get in touch with PK Mortgages today. You can drop them a line via their website, www.pkmortgages.com.au. That is P for
pirates.
Yes, and K for
krakens, those treacherous financial krakens.
Just like the deep seas, baby. Or you can give him a tinkle on his personal line on 0420 660 804, or you can hit the link in our show notes.
Life's busy. Sometimes it feels like you're juggling too many plates. Am I right, Blue?
Amen, brother.
Hey, bloody man.
Hey, bloody man. Exactly. And just like any good juggler, you need balance. And that's where Papa Macros comes in, helping you balance your nutrition without dropping a single plate. I dropped a few plates on the weekend.
Oh, I bet you fucking did. They deliver fresh, calorie-counted meals straight to your door, cooked with natural ingredients and none of that processed shit that we're all guilty of eating a bit too much of.
Yeah. It's getting out of hand.
We all do it, but you need to better yourself.
Yeah, well, you've got an opportunity to do that right now. Whether you're all about lean gains, low carb, or even vegetarian options, Papa Macros has you covered. It's like having a personal chef. Me personally, I am all about lean gains. Mm-hmm. That's one thing I'm known for.
Yep.
Everyone says that. They go like Bluey, podcast, scaffold, and lean gains.
Lean gains is your middle name.
It is.
I'm not mistaken.
Fucking oath.
The best part is the ingredients are all sourced from local family-owned Aussie businesses, which is awesome, and they're ready in just 90 seconds.
That's the greatest. So next time life feels like a balancing act, let Papa Macros catch one of those plates for you. Delicious, healthy meals ready in just 90 seconds. No mess, no stress.
Visit papamacros.com.au and use our code DAILYBLUE, capital D, capital B, all one word. You get 10% off. You support them and they support us.
It's the greatest. Links in the show notes. Go and get it.
Guys, are you looking for sleek, eco-friendly gear that keeps your drinks just the right temperature? Introducing our good mates at Soulcat Designs.
Yeah, whether you need a stainless steel water bottle for the gym or work, stylish whiskey glasses for a night in, or a keep cup for your daily coffee run, Soulcat have got you covered.
They're designed for durability, style, and sustainability. It's the perfect companion no matter what you're getting up to, day or night. Sip smart. Sip on your little Soulcat.
Sip it, would you?
Or your big Soulcat.
Or your big one, whichever one you're sipping. You can get 10% off right now with our super sexy, sleek discount code exclusive for Daily Blue listeners. What is it, Gabo?
Daily Blue, capital D, capital B, all one word.
That's it. You get 10% off. We get a nice little kickback, and you're supporting an Aussie-owned and operated business in Soulcat Designs. The link's in the show notes. We fucking love them. Go and get it.
Thank you, Soulcat.
All right, time for the sports section, and I mean, we had to get one more week out of the footy.
Yep.
The grand final. Holy fucking shit. What an amazing game of football that was.
Good game of footy.
One for the purists.
Yeah.
Bit of a slugfest, low scoring. I think everyone sort of predicted that. We were very close to winning a huge amount of money on it.
Really?
We had a bill because we were all together. We bet together, and we had there was like 5 of us, and we had $1,000 on. We had Liam Martin first, second, or third try.
Wow.
And then we had 40 minutes. We needed Xavier Coates 1 try for 29 grand.
Yeah, wow.
And we were like,
And you're still in it with like a winger.
no, he got it because Liam Martin got that last try before half time. We're like, we got 40 minutes for one winger to score.
Yeah.
And they went to that edge a few times, and especially because Alamotti ended up on the wing for Toto, and Cleary was defending on the wing too. I was like, surely they're going to have a crack here. They kicked over. Well, that Howarth try come off Coates in the air.
Yep.
And we were fucking, that would have been crazy.
Yeah.
29 grand. We didn't get it, obviously, but yeah, what a game of footy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking good. It was fucking very, very good. And like, what an amazing thing to see.
Nearly hitting a bet is like so bittersweet.
Yeah. Oh, it made it, it was so fun.
It does.
Anytime they were going down that edge, we would all stop talking and grab each other.
Yeah.
It would only go one pass wide of the ruck. They didn't even go to coach.
They're just going left.
They would get to the right post, and I was like, they're coming back left, and we would all stop and grab each other. Which makes just footy more fun.
It's so annoying that it's true. Gambling just is fun.
Gambling's undeniably fun.
Yeah.
I mean, gamble responsibly.
Do it
obviously.
extremely responsible, or don't do it.
And that was a
at all.
social experience. There was 5 of us betting with money there, and it was a lot of money, but it was fucking fun. It was very fun.
Did you think much of the Kid Leroy's performance? Did you watch it?
I never think much of like NRL pre-game and halftime entertainment. It's such a hard environment.
Yes.
You're so far from the crowd.
Yep.
No one's like, yeah, you're in the.
You didn't have a personal opinion watching it?
I thought it was gay as fuck.
Damn, really?
Bro, I think like the Kid Leroy, this is a mean thing to say. I think he must have had like fetal alcohol syndrome or something. Like his mum must have drilled the piss because he's so small and feminine. And then that's the Hollywood, like he's like a chick. He's just that like cool, that's what cool is now. He's like dressing like a chick or being like feminine. And he covered, I think the NXS cover was sacrilege. I think that was a bit fucking loose.
Yeah,
like,
we on fucking different sides of spectrum.
I don't know.
I thought it
like,
was sick.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't know. It's a weird one. I think like, and we were talking about how much they get paid for it as well. Apparently Katy Perry got $5 million for the AFL.
It had me, I thought the same. I heard it was 8 million for Katy
Well,
Perry.
potentially it was.
So, yeah, but then I was going, fuck, is Kid Leroy getting that much? Which I would think off the bat, maybe a couple $100,000. Then you hear Katy Perry's getting that. And you go, well, Kid Leroy isn't as famous, but he is more relevant.
And then potentially too, like, so then I thought, like, I was going, well, so say $5 million is the prize, but they got to put that show on for $5 million. So that's probably his production. That'll be his flights. That'll be his hotel. That'll be like all his fucking stage hands and the cunts who set the stage up and his agent. And so he probably sees, and then tax, he probably sees, I don't know, half of that.
Poor cunt.
Yeah, I know. But you think like, he gets $5 million for half an hour's work.
Yeah.
Or something. It's probably not that, but it still is. That's the number.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, I don't know. But I'm always underwhelmed with those performances because it's there's no crowd. There is 80,000 people around them. The
atmosphere is so weird.
The atmosphere is weird, man.
Yeah.
And they're like,
they would hate it too. The artists would hate it.
They do a good job of performing to. There's literally all you'd be able to see would be cameras.
50 meters.
There'd be like
grass.
a camera there and a camera there, and then 50 meters, and you can't see any cunt really because they're not lit up. You are.
Yep.
So they're like kudos to them. It's obviously a fucking hard job, but I'm always just like, this is fucking gay.
I really liked it. I thought I liked a few of his songs. A few of the songs were like, I like the song, but it's weird for this environment. But I really liked the In Excess cover. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, to me,
it was smart that he did it. Because the oldies all going, who the fuck's this guy? And they're like, I know this song.
Yeah, that for me is the problem because I go you're just doing this.
Appease.
It's you're pandering.
Yeah.
You're pandering. And I'm like, if you wanted to appeal to that demographic, go and get Powderfinger, go and get Chisel. Like if you want the oldies to fucking, don't get Kid Leroy to do that, get the fucking, but then you
have the young people whinging.
Exactly.
Going,
and that's not who they're appealing to.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to get, that's why they've got rid of the shoulder charge and they're trying to appeal to the younger generation.
The young feminine boys.
The young fucking cats.
To Leroy's credit, I did say him do a post saying I got to cover one of my favourite ever songs.
Well, if that's the case, then I hope that is the case.
Yeah.
I hope it wasn't someone going, we should do this. I hope he was like, this is awesome. Can I please do this? If that's the case, I hope that is. But it just feels to me it's like it's a commercially based decision.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, and that I don't. And then I've had 10, 15 stubbies and I'm watching it going, what the fuck? And
fucking kids.
Fucking kid, but potentially he is an artist too. He's when they get commercially successful like that, I'm automatically like, you just think everything's about the money for them.
Yeah,
and it's not. But potentially he was like, I would like to do something Australian, something. He's an Aussie. He's Australian. He's from
Aussie.
fucking Redfern.
He's a Redfern. He's a Rabbitohs fan.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, once they're in Australia, they're like, remember, I like footy.
Yeah.
But
You see Keith Urban do it. You see Hemsworth do it. Like the Aussie accent gets hammed up.
Leroy's is fucking weird, bro.
Yeah,
Have
well,
you heard him just speak?
He's got this mutt like hybrid LA.
It's crazy.
Cool California, and then like he was talking to, I think he was talking to Cody Walker and fucking
Jai Arrow?
Jai Arrow.
Yeah.
And it was
That was a while
very
ago, that
awkward interaction.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, guy. Like it was, and then they gave him a Rabbitohs hat, and he was like, he's worth like hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
They gave him a hat, and he
Yeah.
was like, oh yeah. I was like, this is tough to watch.
His voice does me in, like
Yeah.
when he normally speaks. But I was really impressed with how he sounded because you could tell that he was singing, like he wasn't just someone else. And I always was under the impression that he was like one of those super auto-tune artists.
Yeah.
But he didn't sound bad.
Well, the other thing I've fucking learned semi-recently too is like the tech that they're using to perform now. Like, when I went and saw Blink 182, I was like, these guys sound too good. Like, it was amazing. But I was like, I think the level that auto-tune's at now is that it doesn't sound like fucking auto-tune, bro.
Yeah,
You can do it through a mic and it doesn't sound like auto-tune.
Yeah.
Because Tom DeLonge and Mark Hoppers, I've heard them play live like on videos and shit, and they're not great singers. And at this concert, they sounded incredible.
Yeah.
And they're doing show after show after show after show after show. And their voices still sound amazing. They're obviously professionals and looking after themselves. But I think the tech is at the stage now with the gear they use, they can be pretty well auto-tuned without it sounding like classic Kanye West auto-tune. You
should sound a bit shitter.
It shouldn't be able to reproduce a fucking perfectly tight recording live on stage. And like, I think a lot of those guys, and also it's a huge production. Like they should use that so it sounds as good as it possibly can. But I think,
authenticity maybe getting taken out of it a bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Where's the real talent kind of thing?
Yeah, and it is still like they're still performing. But it's not like it. Yeah, it's not like it used to be.
Nah.
Yeah.
Not back in
But
the
it
day,
is still
mate.
a great spectacle. Like it still looks cool and sounds cool. But it's not, they're not maybe performing in the purest sense of the word. But I mean, who gives a fuck really as well? Like I watched that Blink concert and I was like, that's fucking sick. I didn't care. As a Blink fan, I was like, I don't care that sounds great. It sounds fucking awesome. I don't care that they're using it.
Especially in the moment. Then afterwards, you kind of go like, well, they're using auto-tune.
Yeah, but then I'm like,
who gives a fuck?
They're fucking 50 and they've been doing it for 3 decades. I'm like, I can fucking use auto-tune, mate. I don't give a fuck. Like, yeah. So it's interesting. Yeah, it's a funny one.
But back to the actual footy.
Yes. The game.
So great game. Tight game. Panthers walk away with the Chockies. Won by 8, 6?
8, I think. Yeah. Amazing. Just an amazing feat. And I was, you're witnessing. That'll never happen again.
Can Panthers go around again?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, but you can't say no for sure.
No, you can't say no, but I feel like the vibe after this one was different. There was genuine relief in him. I think that this is the first one of the 4.
Especially like Luai and shit. The boys all leaving.
Yeah, but I think this is the first one of the 4 where I think they maybe had a little bit of doubt. It was the Storm. Like years gone by, it was Brisbane. I think they thought that even though the game panned out the way it did, I think they thought they were better than Brisbane.
Yep.
I don't think they were worried about Brisbane until fucking 40 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
I think they knew they were going to belt Para, and I think the South one, this was the first one where I felt they were like, fuck. And it might be over this year.
And the noise was guilty, me included, was like Storm are probably they'll probably do it. Storm will probably get them.
Yeah, and I think that even though they would have been like, no, we're going to win, I think there was maybe a little bit of doubt.
Yeah,
like maybe not.
That's
much.
your read. That's your read.
And like just judging and I mean it's an amazing achievement, but just judging by and even them saying like this will never happen again. That's like I don't know. Nathan Cleary after the last one. The first thing he said in the press conference was like, yeah, it makes me want another one next year. Yeah. He was already thinking about the next one. And I didn't get that vibe this time around. I think they were like, a lot of them feels like we've done it.
Yeah.
Like now we've done it.
This was the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we've done it. So I don't know. But who fucking knows, mate? They could come out. Yeah. They could do it again.
Like, I think I'm not going to write it off. I'm excited to see the Tigers next year. But back to the game. Jerome Hughes probably wasn't as on the ball as everyone wanted him to be.
He was quiet.
He was quiet. It wasn't bad, but he was quiet.
Harry Grant, I thought, like he just spent all his energy tackling.
Yeah.
There wasn't, I can't remember.
That try.
Yeah, but I can't, that was like, but I was like, he didn't leave anything in the tank to fucking throw anything at him footy wise.
And that's what he's there for.
Well, yeah, but it's so hard because like in that position you got to make tackle. It felt like he was in every tackle.
Yeah.
I think after half an hour he'd made like 33 tackles or something. It was fucked.
He's got a tick of that kid.
Oh mate, but then I was like, he's going to start having a go, like getting out and
some scoots,
a few scoots and that, and it just wasn't really happening. But I was like, well, he must just be fucked too.
Yeah.
And also, like, it's very hard to get Penrith going backwards to do that as well. But yeah, Hughes was quiet. Munster was kind of quiet.
They
play as good as you're allowed to. Like
100%, like you said, it was such a purist game, and they're up against the best defense, both of them in the comp. But like, I was waiting for that Munster moment. Like I was waiting for that. Where's Munster going to break the line or spin out of a tackle or fucking put up a crazy kick? And it just didn't seem to come.
Yeah.
There was that controversial try. In my opinion, no try for sure.
So in the moment, I was like, we were looking at it going, fuck, he's got that down. And then the more replays that we watched, and then it came out like the day after, there's like all the angles where there is an arm under the footy. It's a no try. And it annoyed me seeing all the fucking hate, like every Fox Sports post about Panthers Dynasty, 1,000 comments of people being like, Storm robbed. I was like, they weren't really.
They're not. And I've seen
And they were beaten by 8.
Yeah.
They weren't beaten by 2, where that try is the other way. They were beaten by 8 points.
Yep. So
it's a try and it's a penalty. You know, it's 2 tries or it's a try, like, you know what I mean? Like, and it changes momentum, blah, blah, blah. But
it wasn't a try anyway.
And it wasn't a try. It wasn't a try.
Like, I don't know. Be as biased as you want. If you watch the fucking footage that I've seen, I don't think, anyway, at the bunker, there's no chance a bunker could overturn that decision.
And it went up no try.
Exactly.
And the other thing that people like still don't seem to understand by now is the bunker sees shit that the TV don't see. The bunker aren't watching what we're watching on TV.
Okay,
like
true.
they have like.
I honestly thought for the most part they were.
They do, but they see other stuff too.
Other people looking at other screens.
There's like 20 angles. We see 4 on the telly.
Yeah.
There's like other shit that they see where they can go, nah.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's like 5 people watching it. But people are like, like they saw that angle that came out the day after. They were seeing that.
And there was a photo.
Yes.
There was a photo that was floating around where it looked like the ball was down.
Yeah. But it did. I agree. Like we were watching it live going, fuck, he's got that down.
Yeah.
But yeah, he didn't.
I was seeing people saying like worst bunkering in NRL history. I was like, shut up.
There's been way worse than that.
That is obviously salt though.
Yeah.
Like this, you can say you thought that was a bad decision. Like I didn't think that was a poorly refed game. In my opinion,
it's funny we were saying that too because it's happened pretty much all final series, and it's obviously deliberate. They put the fucking whistle away. Mm-hmm. There's none of these fucking sus. Like indiscretional ruck penalties, like sus offside
I thought even
calls.
some half head highs probably got
all the fucking weird like ones that are around the shoulder that they just blow. They let it go, and the games are unbelievably good. There was another stat. I think it was like 37 minutes in, and the ball had been in play like without a penalty for like 35 minutes.
Yeah, something wild. Yeah.
And because they were like looking at how fucked everyone was, and like the game hasn't stopped. It's just been going set kick, set kick, set kick.
You know what else is weird about that? I never thought about it. Is it used to be in people's games, and it probably somewhat is, but like halves would like kick the ball out a bit more to give themselves a rest, and they don't seem to do that as much anymore.
And then I think because what changed? There was a rule change where is it just to play the ball now? It used to be a scrum.
Maybe that's it.
So it was only like 2 or 3 seasons ago, and because you used to do that, and it would be a scrum where it went out, but now it's just to play the ball.
So the idea was much rest time. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. The idea was you were giving your forwards a rest at the scrum, and but now it's just play the ball.
There we
go.
The
forwards aren't having that rest. They stopped doing it. They just adjusted
that answers
now.
My question.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Which is interesting, but like a fucking sick game. That was another thing. I was at work. I was like, I wonder what they're up to right now. Can you imagine the celebrations?
But they don't go. I don't think they're that wild. The Panthers boys.
I think they are. Eh?
Nah,
they're all from the West, mate. They're mad.
I don't think they drink and shit, bro.
I don't think they drink through the year. I think when they win the comp, they'd be fucking going ballistic.
Yeah, maybe. I think like Liam Martin and fucking Cleary and Yo and the White boys probably do. But I think the Other boys are pretty religious and don't drink.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. Then you do see the party videos and they're going skits. It's like, do you just have this much energy?
Yeah, they're pretty wild.
Fuck, Toto did a good TikTok. Did you see that?
Nah.
He filmed it before the grand final, to his credit. It was the Kanye West story. He goes, everyone wanted to know what would happen if we didn't win. And he put his hand on the camera and then it was like, I guess we never know. And they're all going skits in the fucking locker room.
Great content.
Yeah.
Great content.
I mean, that shows that he did kind of believe.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, that video never has to see the light of day.
Yeah,
You know, if you lose.
Yeah. And I'm not, they would have believed. You can't do that if you don't believe, but I think they would have genuinely been like, we're going to have to fight fucking hard to get up today.
What happens if Nelson's in the game?
It's different. How different though?
But how different?
Yeah. Because it wasn't it was just a forward, it wasn't no forwards. Isaiah Yeo, I thought should have won the Clive Churchill.
I was happy with Martin.
Yeah, I thought Martin had those big moments, obviously the try assist, and then
kick, fucking pressure.
Yeah. But I thought, mate, every time Isaiah carried the footy, he bent the line back. He was fucking out, and he played 80. I suppose Martin did too. It was fucking, it was wild. It was very wild.
Yo is one of the players, and he goes under my radar, but the footy purists really know how much what he does for a team.
Yeah.
Whereas you just kind of see a forward half the time, you just see him taking hit ups and shit.
He'll go down as the greatest Panther ever, maybe except for Cleary. Well, he's the most capped, and he's won 4 comps.
Yeah.
So I mean, Cleary, it'd be him and Cleary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
fucking crazy.
That call.
Yeah. Yeah. It's loose. It's very loose. I was just watching. I was like, "This is awesome." The whole time I was like, "This is the best."
It's I'd obviously have more skin in the game if it was your team. I liked watching it. I thought it was a great game, but nothing compared to me to Game 3 Origin. Game 3 Origin this year was the fucking craziest and most. Obviously, I had so much skin in the game on that, but most passionate I've ever felt watching a game of footy. On the edge of my seat, waiting for someone to score. Didn't give that much of a shit this game in terms of that. Yeah. But when you're just observing how good these fucking teams are.
Yeah, the game's the best it's ever been, I reckon. Yeah. I think that's fucking pretty safe to say. They've done a hell of a job with it. It's fucking good.
I like that you said that. I feel like a lot of people your age would be like, it's fucking shit now. A
lot of people my dad's age say that. No, it's the best it's ever been. It's the quickest, it's the fastest, they're the most skillful, the most creative. They're the fittest. It's
biggest, strongest.
Yeah. There's the most freaks playing now than ever. Blokes doing fucking every game. Nearly every game someone does something superhuman. Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah. Did you see any of the Corey knockout?
I watched a bit of I watched the final yesterday while I was nodding off on the lounge. Corey knockout's always awesome too. Yeah. Boys, some great fights. Some great fights every year.
Do they show it on the TV?
Yeah.
I only watched one of the semis, and it was the team Ferguson was playing for and Peachy, and they
made the final.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they got beat in the final by Walgett.
That's true. Yeah. Who was playing for Walgett?
Ben Barber. Who's Sharks fullback? Will Kennedy.
Yeah.
Georgie Rose off the bench.
Yeah.
I don't think he played in the final. Joel Thompson still plays every year. Old Canberra back rower. There's a few big names there.
Yeah, true. Yeah. And then you got fucking Peachy and Big Fergie Ferg.
Yeah, Fergie hurt himself. He didn't play much in the final. I think he did a hamstring or an ankle or something. There's always loads of the brothers running out knockout time. It's always good to watch.
Yeah. I wish I watched the final. I just didn't I think I went and did something.
Yeah. And I was just nodding off on the lounge while it was on. Fuck yeah. And that's it. No, we've got a Pacific Championship. Maybe we can milk that for a couple more sports sections.
Do you want to talk about what Ned Brockman's up to?
Fuck.
That's a little bit of sport.
Because they come up on my newsfeed today, how far into it he was. And there was a photo of him, one shoulder completely taped up like a footballer, one nipple completely covered in tape. He's obviously had nipple rash, but he had blood all over his mouth.
Mate, he looked like he was in a fight. How the fuck is his mouth bleeding?
He had
just
blood
windburn.
I don't know. I still don't know.
So if you who have been living under a rock and don't know who Ned Brockman is, just pretty much a Aussie bloke who just randomly did this huge run around Australia. Is that right? Did he run around Australia?
Did he run across Australia?
Across Australia?
Yeah.
Made a huge name for himself. Now considered one of the great Australians.
This actually looks pretty hectic. Okay. Hello guys, and welcome to another edition of the Daily Blues Chews. Just escaped the hustle and bustle of the city to one of my many investment properties on the mid-north coast. Thought I'd take you guys through the snack pack scene up here on the mid-north coast. We went to the Harrington Breeze takeaway just on the beach there. Got a mixed snack pack. They were very busy. Didn't look like a lot of love went into it, but we'll see. Let's go. Let's have a look. Yeah. Look, it does look good.
We've gone the Holy Trinity, finally done it right. Garlic, mixed snack pack, garlic sauce, hot chili, and barbecue. Let's chew. This actually looks pretty hectic. Okay. Cheese distribution's off. He's just launched a massive pile of cheese straight on top. Personally, I like the cheese under or in the chips. Let the chips melt it. Sort of goes through the snacky evenly, but not bad. That's a good straight up the guts, like snack pack. Nothing flash, do the job. 7-6, chew on.
Hey guys, Gabe here. Really annoyed to be doing another one of these messages again. SD card. Actually, this is fucking really ironic. Wow, I just realised in the dial-ins that there was some JM chat and this happens. Wow. Up until the point you guys just heard, all audio recording's fine and the SD card has shit itself. So that's why there's no dial-ins or any other segment there. That sucks. I'm not going to let this happen again. I'm going to try other ways of recording the audio. Probably should have done that by now, but here we are. Sorry that it's ended like this. This is really fucking annoying. We did hear your dial-ins. We laughed at them. We had a good time. Yeah. Sorry again. See you next week.
You're my boy, Blue!